Good morning. Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. Today is Sunday, 12/15, December 15th of 2024. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives that create a sustainable environment and a peaceful world. Our topic today, as we're nearing the end of 2024, is celebrating successes and bathing in gratitude to really help us to integrate what we've received from this year. Even if we felt like it was a crappy year, there's always something to receive from it. And so we really want to receive that. We want to integrate it into our being. We want it to elevate us, to elevate to the frequency so that we are standing on a higher ground as we move toward the upcoming year of 2025. So that is our mission for today. And I will say, as I was meditating on this morning, I got to a place in myself where I felt there were some blocks and I needed to do some self-forgiveness about some mistakes that I had made in order to clear that out to really receive the gifts. So hopefully we'll weave into that. I never really know for sure when we get going. I just kind of follow the guidance and we go with that depending on, who's here and what the guidance, how the guidance comes through. But God willing, we'll get to, we might do a little bit of that as well to just clear out so that the gifts and the elevation can really come in and take hold. And, we are here on the journey to learn, to grow, to evolve. And it's all part of the process. All right. So let's go ahead and come into our circle. Let's come into our circle, sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, we call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your pure divine light and just bring everything you have to face toward the center of our circle, to this pure divine light that rests right in the center. And imagine, feel, perceive this light right in front of you, and face everything into it. Your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, your throat, your heart center. Just bring everything to turn and face directly into this light. Your solar plexus, your hara, your belly space, and all your hips, all of your being, everything to face right into this light. And so let your breath breathe with the rhythm of the light. Feel the light like moving, pulsating, and let your breath breathe in rhythm with the light that's right in front of you. And as you inhale, just absorb that light into your body, in through your skin, through your pores, absorbing it all the way in into your heart. Breathe it all the way in, all the way into the core of your body. Breathing in that light. And as you exhale, just release any of the clutter, the tension, the stress, anything that wants to release from your body. And let that light, again, just let it penetrate your skin. And let it travel through your body. Light is like electricity, and your nervous system in your body is like the electrical circuitry. So let the light come in through your skin and travel through the circuitry in your body, all the way through the circuitry in your body, from every entry point, from every perceptor. And let it go. It goes all the way into your brain and your central nervous system. This is like the core of your body. Let it travel all the way through, cleansing and purifying. Cleansing and purifying. Just imagine it cleaning everything up as it travels through your body. And clearing out any disruptors from your nervous system. And as you exhale, just let yourself settle into your body, like your nervous system really settling into your body and taking rest in your home, right? The center of your body, taking rest into your sacred temple, which is your body. And just let yourself really come to rest there. And as you do, just feel this light at the core of your body. And it might feel it coming in through the top of your head, and traveling vertically through your body, through your head space, down along front of your spine, halfway front to back in your body, halfway side to side, traveling through your throat space, through your heart space, through your solar plexus, through your pelvic bowl, through your sacral center, into your base, and it's connecting you all the way into the earth. And as that light comes in and travels through your body, just let it meet that core light at the center of your physical space. And again, just breathing in rhythm. Make the intention and just breathe in rhythm with this light as it moves through your body, and allow it. Like, trust in the flow, allow it to do its thing with all its knowledge and intelligence. Let it do its cleansing, its purifying, and really meet with your core light until, as my teacher used to say, there is no inner or no outer, but only one light. Like when all of the candles come together as one flame in the center, there is only one light. And as you sit with that, breathe and feel the electricity of that light moving along your vertical core, electrifying and illuminating your entire being with this pure, divine light. It'd be electrifying and illuminating. The light at the core of your being. And feel that move through your core, and just check in with your own energy body and call on your energetic being, your subtle body. And as you inhale, breathe your subtle body into this vertical core so that all of you is centered in this core and basking in this light, being illuminated by this core light. And as you exhale, just drop down and land into your pelvic bowl. And let your conscious body just lean into this vertical core, this core of light. You can upright your spine, lengthen your spine, and lean into your core. And just feel yourself right there in your center, basking in this light, this electrification of light, and this illumination of your core light. And just be there and let this electricity, this vibration of this light, just let it move through your body, through the core of your body. And let your whole subtle body really absorb that frequency of the light and resonate with that frequency of the light. And again, just call to all the parts of yourself, of your subtle body. And as you inhale, draw them into this vertical core. Exhale, drop down and land into your pelvic bowl, leaning into this vertical core. And let this electricity run through your subtle body, this pure divine light, this vibration of pure divine light running through your subtle body, and let your whole subtle body vibrate with this frequency of pure divine light. And take a full and gentle breath. And as you exhale, just drop in a little bit deeper and kind of lean into that space behind your heart. Right behind your heart center. Lean into the back of your heart center. And just let yourself receive. It's like receiving through your heart space. And together, let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your unconditional love. And this is the love with no conditions. And just imagine and feel, if you can, this unconditional love streaming in through your heart center. And let your heart center be like a breathing portal. And breathe in that unconditional love through your heart space. Breathe that in. And as you exhale, just release any of the clutter from your heart space. If your heart's feeling guarded or tension around it, you can use tapping, use your fingertips and do some tapping around your heart center. And as it breaks up that tension and that congestion in there, just use your breath to blow out the clutter, blow out the tension, blow out the debris. And you can tap all the way into the space up under your collarbones on each side, wherever you feel like your body needs it. And also just gently with your fingertips feather down the sides of your neck from the base of your ear to your collarbone on each side, just gently helping that lymphatic fluid to drain from there. And then tap around your chest, under your collarbones, and your heart space. And use your breath again to blow out any of the tension. That's the energetic, subtle body, subtle tension that's in your body, the stress. Just blow that out, blow that off. And let yourself again drop into that space, the back of your heart, and let that funnel of energy extend from the front of your chest and receive that unconditional love right into, like flowing through that funnel of your heart space and flowing right into that pillar of pillar of light at your vertical core. That unconditional love flow through, pour into that vertical core as your subtle body again is just right there leaning into that vertical core like being in a waterfall, vibrating with the frequency of pure divine light and being this, I'm going to say flooded, gently flooded with unconditional love. Let your body be like a sponge. And as that water of unconditional love flows through your heart space and into this vertical core, let your subtle body just drink that in until the sponge is completely hydrated, saturated, very full with unconditional love. Absorb it into every cell of your body. And with your breath, just drawing in that love and electrifying that core light, letting your whole subtle body being rest in that core, and just immerse yourself into the frequency of pure divine light and unconditional love, and let that resonate all the way through your subtle body and through your physical body. It radiates out from your core. Invite every cell of your physical body to receive this vibration of pure divine light and unconditional love. Receive it into every cell. Invite every cell to take it in and receive, and let these cells, every cell of your body, just let them receive that vibration. Take that in, drink it in. Drink it in. And if there's any place in your body that has sickness, illness, then make a special call to those places in your body or injury. Make a special call to those places in your body and invite them to really take in this vibration of pure divine light and unconditional love. You can use your breath and your intention and your imagination. You just see this space within you, wrapped in unconditional love, resonating with pure divine light. And that light and love seeping all the way through into the very core of it. Invite it to receive. Doesn't have to do anything first. This light and this love are unconditional. So nothing necessary, just receive. And then to return to your vertical core, vibrating with this pure divine light and this unconditional love, letting your whole subtle body being resonate with this core of your physical being, and this vibration emanating out from your core to every cell of your body receiving and resonating, vibrating with this frequencies of pure divine light and unconditional love. And together let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you, we ask you to send your essence of your eternal compassion. And just feel this compassion. Just let it flood your heart. Let the compassion flood your heart. And let it flood the whole core of your body. All the way down the whole core of your body. Into your pelvic bowl. And up your spine and into your skull. Just let this whole inner being resonate with this eternal compassion. And just feel your whole body wrapped in this compassion. Again, on the inner and the outer. Strengthening on the inner and radiating out. Being held on the outer and penetrating in. Until there is no inner and no outer, but only one. One pure divine light. One unconditional love. One eternal compassion. Wrapping you and holding you, cleansing you, purifying you, loving you. And also illuminating you. Let your whole being rest in this vibration until you be it and it be you. And there is no difference, no separation between you and the pure divine light, between you and the unconditional love, between you and the eternal compassion. Kun fayakun, be, and it is. Now, take a moment and from this place, like looking through the eye of your heart, seeing through the eye of your heart. Again, just imagining your sphere, right? You have like your own sphere around you that is your space of your being. And seeing through the eye of your heart onto the big projector screen of your sphere, ask to be shown what are the successes for you of this past year of 2024, and just watch what shows up. And it might come to you in a different way. You might feel it, or it might come in as a knowing, or you might hear it. All different kinds of ways that information comes in. Everyone's different. So whatever and however you get, trust that. And whatever you see of accomplishments, of things that lifted your heart, things that felt success, fulfilling, however that may have come to you, or even could be things that you got through. Right? Sometimes getting over the hurdle is the success, and landing on your feet on the other side of it is the success. And these successes are to be celebrated, to be acknowledged. And so let yourself really take this in, right? One of our core human needs is to be seen, to be recognized, to be acknowledged, and to be valued. So whatever has come for you for this last year, just take a moment now, let yourself witness it, and take it in, to be seen, right? Let yourself witness it and recognize it as a success, as an accomplishment, as something that brought fulfillment, joy, satisfaction, contentment. And let yourself recognize and acknowledge and really take it in. And take a moment to acknowledge with value. Acknowledge the value that this brought for you. And in valuing, let yourself feel the gratitude. Witness it, recognize it, acknowledge it, value it, and feel the gratitude for it. And feeling that gratitude, just feel how gratitude, what it does for me at the cellular level, I feel every cell of my body just wanting to bow in a reverence with thankfulness. And when it does, it's like it creates an opening for this energy of this thing that brought success, fulfillment, all of the gifts that it brings is like a merging where that could really go in deeper and anchor in at the cellular level. So just let yourself feel that as you acknowledge, really feel the value and bow in the gratitude. And just let all the gifts that this has brought you come forward and like a mutual bowing as you really bow in gratitude and in reverence for what you've received, for what you've accomplished, for your successes, and just let that, all of the gifts that it brings you, seep into your consciousness on the cellular level. Let it really come in and become a part of you. Right? We want to grow from our experiences. Our experiences are what elevates us in degree, right? When we really receive from them. In the step levels of creation, the final step of the creation is not the human being. Human being is the second from the last. After that is the spiraling, ever spiraling, ever expanding journey of the human being. That is one of, as we spiral through the human journey, we are elevated in degrees. And that elevation, through that elevation, right, which is the cycle of it's forgetting and then remembering and healing and integrating and assimilating and all of that. And as we move through that cycle and we learn, we grow, we expand, we become a clearer and clearer representative of spirit in form as we walk the earth, becoming closer and closer, God willing, to a reflection of source, right? We're always a reflection of source, but the more that we shed the layers of forgetfulness and return to really embody that connection and assimilate our being into that connection, a conscious knowing and embodiment of that connection, we become a clearer and clearer representative of spirit in form. So let's call again. Is there another experience, or are you still working with the same one? In any case, the things that brought you over the hurdles, through the successes, the fulfillment, the contentment, the joy from this past year, see it, feel it, know it, however it comes in for you, whether it's a knowing, a hearing, a seeing, a feeling, an intuition, a gut feeling, however that comes for you. Let that come up and take the time to witness it, recognize it, acknowledge it, value it. What is the value? And appreciate the value in it. Because truly, we only know so much, right? I think we only know the surface, what's on the surface, but there's so much more. I always believe there's so much more to what we experience and receive than what we can know with our human consciousness. So I like to say that, and even the things that I know and experience, and beyond, what's beyond that, the gifts beyond what I can perceive. Let yourself acknowledge that, feel the value of it, appreciate the value in it, and giving gratitude for everything for what your source has orchestrated for you on this trip around the sun. And really feel it. Let every cell of your body, beginning with your heart, of course, your heart bow in gratitude. If you imagine your source, right, however you represent your source, ball of light, whatever that is right in front of you, and you are heart to heart and face to face, and let your heart and your head and everything just bow in gratitude directly to your source for what you have received. And invite every cell of your body to bow in gratitude for what you have received. And as you do, let all of the gifts from your experiences, let them come into your cells and merge with your consciousness at the cellular level, so you're really integrating the gifts, the teachings, the lessons, taking it all the way in, and let your entire being be elevated through what you receive. Elevated in degree, and let that assimilate throughout your whole body, through your subtle body, into your physical body, your inner knowing, your knowledge, your intellect, your wisdom, your emotional body, right, which can really bring emotional stability, emotional strength. Remember, strength comes in all forms. The stability, the vulnerability, the compassion, the love, the expanded capacity for love, for acceptance. Let that integrate into your emotional body and through your heart, and also at the soul level. Elevate at the soul level to evolve your entire being to become a clearer representative of spirit and form as you fully integrate the gifts that you have received over this past year. And as I mentioned earlier, if there are any of those places in you where you feel like, I can't quite receive this because I made a mistake, and still holding a little bit of a blockage around that mistake, you need to be present with that. It's okay to be present with that, wherever that might be in your body. And the mistake could be doesn't have to be from this past year. I've got a few from ages on that still hang out and pop up. And as I mentioned this morning, I had that come up for me. And it was from an old one. And I had to just be present with it and be present and just call on the divine power of forgiveness. And let the divine power of forgiveness come in and meet that place as you are present with it. You know, in the story of Adam and Eve, my co-teacher in the Ocean of Sound, Amani Shalaby, was teaching about forgiveness, about the divine names of forgiveness and the sacred sounds that really bring in the resonance of forgiveness. And she was talking about in the story of Adam and Eve that, you know, that there was that first exercise of free will that was other than God's will. And then there's that feeling of, oh, I separated, and that separation, right? The real translation of sin is separation. Oh, I separated from God's will. And we feel that in our bodies when we separate from God's will, and it feels like ick, right? But that's what we're here to experience, because we chose to incarnate with free will. And when we feel that feeling of, oh, this feels off, and I feel like, oh my gosh, this feels bad, I feel guilty, right? And then I want to like come forward with this remorse, like, oh wow, that didn't feel good and I'm sorry, right? And so we feel that remorse, and she says, and that the forgiveness from God is there, always there. It is ever present, and it is unconditional. It's for us to recognize that we have separated, and that feeling that feels off, and to acknowledge it, and then to return and say, oh wow, that feels really off and I'm sorry. Help me to return. And it says that God gave the human beings the words and the sounds to return. Not that we have to do anything to earn, I'm air quoting earn, the forgiveness, because the forgiveness is there waiting for us to acknowledge that we feel, right? We feel guilty, or we feel some self-blame. We feel some responsibility of something that we did that was wrong, that might have hurt ourselves or hurt other people. So we have a hard time like allowing ourselves to really take in the teachings and be elevated in degree, as we've been talking about, because we have that block. So just let yourself, because what's most important is the sincerity in your heart. Let yourself, if there's something there that's stopping you from receiving the gifts of what you have experienced in this past year, if you feel that like, oh, but I made this mistake and it feels off and it feels like I did something wrong and I can't quite receive, right? Let yourself be present with that. And just like turn directly to your source, which is all knowing, all forgiving, all loving. Turn directly to your source and just say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And let yourself receive the forgiveness. Let it come all the way into that place inside of you. Because it's just waiting for you to return and say, oh, I made a mistake. I pulled away. This feels like it separated me from you. And help me to return. Help me to return to you. And let that part of you come face to face with the all-knowing, all-seeing, all-healing, all-understanding, all-forgiving source. And let that part of you be loved. Let that be cleared out. Allow it to be forgiven. Let it be washed clean. And feel your whole being drawn back onto that trajectory, that path of love and connection with your source. Just like we were doing before, see that forgiveness, feel that forgiveness, acknowledge that forgiveness, receive that forgiveness. And feel the gratitude for it, because with every mistake that we make, right, where we separate of our own free will, we separate from God's will, we feel like, oh, I did something that was off, I made a mistake, right? For every mistake, there is something there of value, a gift for us to receive, something for us to learn, a way for us to grow. So just bring that back with that, wow, I feel this and I'm sorry. And I ask for your forgiveness. And bring that straight back to your source. Let it be forgiven. Receive the forgiveness, and as you do, forgive yourself. Very important to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Receive the forgiveness from your source. Forgive yourself for your mistakes and allow yourself to just be turned right back into that path of unconditional love, acceptance, and return to merge with your source. Receive, receive, receive. Receive the forgiveness. Just let that empty out of your heart. And as it empties out, this love comes in and fills the space and floods that whole space with the unconditional love and the pure compassion. And sometimes that's the only teaching that we need right there, because that contains everything. The wisdom, the knowledge, the intellect, all of that comes in. And it teaches you on the subtle level, subtle body level. Your mind can get it later, and it will. But right now, just let yourself receive it vibrationally, and let your heart be healed. Let the pain be lifted, and the love come in, be the medicine for your heart. And whatever gifts are there, let yourself receive. Receive those gifts, that knowledge, the intellect, the wisdom. That continue to be washed. And feel the gratitude again. Acknowledge. Feel the value. And feel the gratitude. Bow in gratitude directly to your source. Let go of any self-blame, even the blaming of your source, if that's there. Blaming of others. There's gifts in this for you, and let yourself receive it. Feels like this is going really deep for some of you, so I want to spend some time with it and really let us breathe in that pure divine light and unconditional love. Lean back into that space in the core of your body. Pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion. Bask in that, feel that vibration, and bow in gratitude directly to your source. Imagine your source right in front of you, that ball of light, or however you imagine it, and bow in gratitude as you bask in that pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion at the core of your body. Bow in gratitude and receive, 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 receive. Let yourself be filled in every cell of your body with this pure divine light, with unconditional love, with eternal compassion, with forgiveness, with whatever it is that your being needs, right? Whatever the gifts are that are waiting to come in on this cellular vibrational level to shift your consciousness, and let that shift you. Let it merge with you. It be you, you be it. And let it elevate your consciousness, elevate your frequency. Right? It's elevating your frequency and expanding your consciousness. Kun fayakun, be, and it is. Be, and it is, and let yourself receive. Let yourself stand. Just upright your spine, lift and lengthen your spine, and take a breath. Breathe all of the parts of yourself into your vertical core. And as you exhale, drop down, land into your pelvic bowl, and engage those abdominal muscles slightly. And feel that strength at the center of your pelvic bowl as it grounds you and lands you and anchors you into your hips. And upright yourself to lean into that vertical core, that pure divine light, unconditional love, eternal compassion, and all of these vibrations that you've received as gifts from your past year's experiences, deeply anchored into your vibration. Stand in that vibration, let it merge into all of the consciousness of your being, your physical being, and your subtle body, as they merge and integrate fully, being elevated in consciousness and frequency, expanded in consciousness, and this radiating to every cell of your body. Every cell of your body, invite them to take it in. This becomes a part of who you are, embedded into every layer of your consciousness and subconsciousness. Kun fayakun, be, and it is. Kun fayakun, be, and it is. Kun fayakun, be, and it is. You can take a minute to circle your shoulders and stretch out your arms. Circle your wrists and stretch out your fingers. You can move your hips and stretch out your legs. Circle your ankles, stretch out your toes, and also your neck all the way into your head. I really feel your presence in your body, grounded. If you've closed your eyes, you can open them and just touch something in your physical space. Really ground yourself in your physical space. And we're going to open up for Q&A discussion. And I'll close the recording. If you're listening to the recording, you're invited to join us on Sundays at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time. Find information for joining us live at communityforconsciousliving.com, communityforconsciousliving.com. When you're there, sign up to receive the reminders and replays. When you do, you receive 2 free gifts. One is a one-sheet download, 10 spiritual principles of our human existence, who we are, what this world and this life is about, why we're here, what our journey is doing, what the heck, right? what are we doing on this journey? What are we receiving from this journey? And you'll also receive a 15-minute downloadable guided meditation that is helping you to connect with that pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion that is the core and the truth of who you are at the core of your being. I hope you'll make that a part of your daily practice. Right. With that, I thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you next week, and I'm ready to open for Q&A. If you have anything that you'd like to share, please do.